Hello everybody and welcome to this gameplay where we're going to go over Absol and we're going to talk a bit about Absol. Now I believe in upfronting the knowledge, so what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you a basic outline of what we're going to talk about today, and it's going to be talking about how Absol affects the game Pokemon Unite and what kind of character is it, why is it good, why is it bad, and maybe like some tips I can give to some other Absol players. So first thing first, if that's not for you, okay, that's chill, just leave a sub, like the video, and then maybe leave a comment of what you'd like to see instead. And if you do like the video, do that all and continue watching. Okay, let's jump right into it. And right away, we got the main thing that I want to talk about today is Absol. This Pokemon is the equivalent of a snowball. You get one, you get two, you get 3 kills, and you start the early game strong, and you start snowballing, and you start getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's why in the thumbnail, we were saying it's the best snowballer, because I actually think this character, like, it just scales like crazy. It gets into the game, and once it actually starts dealing damage, once you start getting a little bit lucky on these crits, because I'm going to go over how all that works in a second, but yeah, once you get a little lucky with these crits and you have a support helping you and stuff, it is actually insane. It's one of the hardest Pokemon to fight against from behind, and unless you have a lot of CC, it's very difficult. You can just see I hit a huge crit in Talonflame. I actually do pass away there, a bit unfortunate, and Charmander is able to pick up and take the boss from me again. So something I like to think about when I play Absol is, like, you have this gameplay style which you essentially you don't want to overly commit to a fight, but you actually have to overly commit to a fight. And all in all, I don't think Absol's like the best Pokemon in the game, but I think Absol's more than good enough to like exceed its expectations in a lot of matchups. And that's exactly why I like playing Absol from time to time. It's a very fun character that promotes a playstyle of jumping in, doing as much damage as you can, and then trying to maneuver your way out when many angry enemies are chasing you. And you're going to see a lot of times through this gameplay that the enemies are, using Blastoise Unite, using Pikachu Unite, using Talonflame Fly, all these guaranteed moves that are going to do a lot of damage if they hit. And they're really unable to because of the slickness of Absol. I like to think of the song, slick back, do. That's exactly what I'm thinking of when I'm playing Absol. I'm jumping around the battlefield. It's really hard to catch me, and when you have something like a Comfy on you, it makes it even better. So, going back to it, do I think Absol is strong in the meta? Right now, I actually don't think so. I think it's a very different meta for Absol. I think it can be useful, it can have good games, but most of the time, you're going to have like a negative experience. I actually really like the usage of Sucker Punch in Absol's build. Pursuit and Sucker Punch really complement each other very well, and once you get the Sucker Punch and really start learning how to use it, you can do a lot of extra damage just simply because you're hitting the back of the enemy. It's almost guaranteed to do all that Pursuit damage. Like the crit chance in this thing, you'll see, like most of the time, you're on 50% crit chance, so like half the game. Provided you're hitting the right abilities and you're not running into chain stuns, you're going to do really well as Absol. You're going to have a great time. I think this is definitely one of the funnest characters. Like, if I was to rate it on a fun perspective, it's up there with the best of them, right? Because it's just such a great character, and I can't believe we got the secure. Good job, Charizard, some burn ticks, get it, and he's just hit level 7 as well. You can see, like, the game itself plays, like, when you have Absol, it plays very strangely because you don't really have this secure, you have like this, it's basically like picking a big monster that kills people. And that's fine, of course, but the gameplay needs to be adjusted for this reason. Because you can go, you're not trying to secure, you're not trying to have extended long fights, you're not hyper carry in that sense. You're a squishy assassin that excels if you can one-hit their whole team. And as you can see here, I pick a bad fight, I get chain stunned, I get my ulti off, but I'm unable to get anyone. And you see, it's really hard to transition. Like, you can't be making these 1v5 plays when they're all grouped up and ready for you. When they're not ready for you, that's when Absol's the strongest. And I guess that's why I talk about it as a snowballer, because when you are ahead, you can run into them. When you are ahead, you can do very vicious things to the opponents. And it's all about a little bit of luck as well. Okay, so we did say we're going to explain how this luck aspect of Absol works, and you're probably thinking, Sulu, you're just coping. No one's that lucky. Like, Absol's just strong by itself or whatever. Well, so Absol's passive increases his critical strike chance. And if you don't critical strike on this character, 1, you're either really unlucky, and 2, like, I'm also pretty unlucky. I never get crits. I'm being honest, guys. Like, this is the first for me. But most of the time, you get, like, a chance to critical strike. And when you critical strike, you do enhanced damage. And so your whole kit is, like, reliant on you actually critting the opposition and getting really far ahead from that. I actually really love Sucker Punch, and I'm going to go into that in a second. But so this character is completely predicated on the ability to critical strike. If you are not critical striking on Absol, your chances of success are drastically diminished, and it actually feels really bad. Okay, and I get a bit of a pick on the Mew. Oh, okay, unable to transition. Mew does a good Unite move. And let's see, as I said, like this weaving in and out, and boom, we bait the Mew a bit. We see what's happening. Okay, feint attack, sucker punch right out of that, and then we're gonna go onto this guy. As you can see, like Absol, this is what Absol excels at, when there's no hard committal fights, when the fight is done on its terms rather than the opponent's. Like, you know, I'm running around and I'm choosing my targets from a variety that are spread out. And I'm not really getting, you know, forced into the situation where I have to do anything. As you can see, like, look, the Hydro Pump missed there. I think it was actually Water Spout. Just throw attack. But this is a Pokemon that really exceeds in that sense. It's able to really do a lot more when it's having a free fight that isn't restrained or isn't constrained to like the ideas of a normal Pokemon game. And I guess this is a hard concept as well. Like, you want to have fights where the enemies are spread out and your allies are spread out as well, because they don't need to commit too much. But then at the same time, like, you also want to group up for objectives. It's a very strange playstyle. And Talonflame hits the fly. Oh wow, and we get another Reggie. A little bit improper for Talonflame. Probably should go for the secure rather than everything. And wow, okay, as you can see, look, the Blastoise all trying to get the value and just ends up in the bin. A bit unfortunate there. And I guess this is what we're going to talk about, Sucker Punch. So we'll talk about Pursuit in a second, but Sucker Punch first, because I love this move. Sucker Punch has iframes, and to shortly put, those are invincibility frames. And that allows you to, for a brief second, be unstoppable in this sense, like when you're doing these slashes. Now, I'm not exactly sure how it works right now, because they've changed how a few of these have worked over time. But right now, it's just you basically target onto the person and you teleport to their back. But that means that you cannot be stopped at any moment in that CC. And it's just like, it's really nice as a way to dodge these abilities, like that it cannot be dodged. It's also a way to dodge strong CC moves that you know that are coming, and more importantly, keep on top of your opponent. That's, I guess, the whole point of the move was. But for me, it's like less about keeping on top of the opponent, but more about like finishing them. And you can see 3,000 damage critical strike. The luck gods pay me back, you know. I can see the shekels coming down from the sky. It's just actually just so lucky. 3,000 damage in a critical strike. Like, of course you're going to die. Like, it's actually so ridiculous. And again, boom. Just a 1,300 damage. Like, we're getting lucky now. 3,000 damage again. No crits there. Unfortunate. And another critical strike. You see, like, look, the enemy team is playing completely off luck and just chase down Blastoise 2,500. All those defense stats, absolutely for nothing. This is why Absol can be so incredibly broken. And we're just chasing down poor Pikachu. Early Christmas gift for them. And just like now, the Mew. Okay, we have a critical strike there. See, look, when you're unlucky like that, it will take time. And I'm level 15 now. Like, I'm like maxed out. But when you're unlucky like that, it does actually take time to finish them off. There's 3 players down. This one looks like a rough one. Oh, okay. Some Talonflame flying around. And yeah, you can sort of see. So Pursuit, the way it works is if you hit someone on the back, you're going to get a reset on that dash. And you have an enhanced critical damage if you actually use your Pursuit. Now, okay, oh, Pikachu, this is coming very close, guys. Ooh. 3,600 damage. Like, we're just waiting and taking them all down. I guess this is the overpoweredness of Absol. This is a quadra kill here. And then the Trevenant's hoping for some miracle play. It's playing quite nicely. And there's no chance as we critical strike that, and we just get it all out of the way. And it's the pentakill officially. So, thinking a bit more about this gameplay and gaze style. Okay, the double defense. My Slowbro hopefully scores. Okay, we got 150 in. But it's just not possible to fight against, I guess, the S tier character, the meta. Oh, wow, and I see juking. But yeah, talking a bit more about this is this fundamental understanding what exactly is happening with Pursuit. So when you hit someone's back, you get a reset. But at the same time, you do critical enhanced damage the whole time. So what is the best way to use this ability? As I said, like, you take your time. Like, a lot of players want to spam Pursuit and then jump on someone's back immediately. You don't need to do that. Pick your target correctly, jump right nicely. Oh, okay, that's a very unfortunate arrow miss. I think that actually cost the game. That's so sad. Oh no. It looks like the coordinated players in the enemy team have summed up a defense. I guess when you're playing Blastoise and Tree and Talonflame, you're not going to do too badly. But either way, as I said, This ability, very nice. I think like you try to think more laterally when you use it. Don't necessarily run around and just hard commit something. I wanted you guys to be a bit more spread out, run around, be whimsical, try to think, oh, I want to be annoying and I want to avoid stuff. And so that's my overall take on Absol. Like, it is one of the best snowballers in the game. I definitely think that it could be contested for being the best one, and unfortunately we lose this game. It happens. But I do believe we dropped 130,000 damage on their heads. Like, so you know what? Hats off to myself. Good job. Of course, I'm getting carried by a support every game. But, look at this game. It might be an example to, how you might want to try playing Absol in the future. And, of course, for now, all I want to say is have a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas or holidays, and either way, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and if you haven't already, leave a like, sub, and comment down below. Cheers.